Hey guys, how's it going? Markel here, back with another video, and I want to answer the most recent comments that were left behind. T-Mix, I got your messages. Yes, I'm doing great. Haven't had any issues. I'm doing fine. I appreciate you leaving a comment and checking on me. Okay, so let's get to the most recent comments that were left behind. The most recent one I have is from, the first one I have that I'm going to answer, and I'm going to do them in the line that they came in. Is from Mr. Jones. His question is, are Black Colombians open and receiving friendly as the ones of Spanish and Indian descent? Yes, most, not all, but I would say most Colombians are super friendly, okay? So let's move on to the next one, which is Markel. I have a question. This is from Mr. Book. It is filing for an increase for SMC. Do I submit a VA form 21-52-6 EZ and form 21-2680, which my doctor filled out? Thank you and enjoy your evening. Okay. So how would you file? You basically would submit a claim with the VA, right? Letting them know that you want to file for an increase. They may ask you for the 21-2680, which is filled out by your doctor. And then depending on what your doctor writes as to the reasons why you would need an increase, they may send you to a CMP, which is why I've been going to a CMP. I just did one on Tuesday and I got one on Saturday. And it's really just a formality. They want to see with the CMP if what your doctor wrote matches what the CMP examiners are writing. So it's basically a formality at that point because they know over time you're going to get worse. That is going to happen. So, but that's what I would advise you to do. Well, I shouldn't say advise. That's what I would do is file the form with the VA. And then once you file that form, they're going to tell you what they need from that point. But you say your doctor's already filled out that form. Since your doctor's already filled out that form, I would submit it along with the increase. And then more than likely, they're going to send you to a CMP. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. And this is from Mr. Jones. What type of watch do the VA provide? I asked my VA doctor on My Healthy Vet, but they had no knowledge of iPhone watches. Please keep posted. Now, I personally don't know anything about the iPhone watch. And I know Love and Freedom had mentioned that in the video that we just did. So I would suggest you go to Mr. Jones, go to Love and Freedom's channel and ask him specifically, because for me, the only watch I've ever known the VA to give out is either the Samsung watch or one of those, I think it's either Fitbit, no. It's something like a Fitbit. It's not very big. Is it Versa? Those are the only two that I know. I can't remember the name of the set, but I've seen them give out the Samsung watch and I've seen them give out that watch. It's either Fitbit or Versa. I can't remember which one the second one is, but they do it. I know they do it. They give out iPads, they give out watches, and they give out cell phones, all right? For Mr. Brown, it says, it's all about doing your homework because you can live better overseas. Okay, so I would respond to that by saying that depends on the individual because living overseas is not for everybody. There's a lot of, especially if you're going to live in a country where there's a different language, and the older you are, it's harder sometimes, and all the medication that we're taking to adapt to certain situations. So it's going to depend, right? I'm not going to say it's for everybody that living overseas is better because there is an adjustment. You have to make an adjustment, and sometimes people just don't want to deal with it. Just like today, these last couple days, I've been trying to get my second vaccine shot. Finally found a location to get it, but I can't get it till tomorrow morning. So it's much different in different countries than it is in the US and what you're accustomed to in the US. Just getting little things done that you would think are simple because you do them in the US all the time. When you're in another country, it doesn't always translate the same way. The way they do things is not going to be the same way that they do it in the States. Now, I know sometimes people are only looking at the money end and say, yeah, it's cheaper to live overseas. Well, that depends. There's a lot of different factors that go into that. Lifestyle choices, where you live, how you live. So just being overseas and saying it's better is better for you. But I know tons of people who have tried and it will not work for them. That's not a blanket statement that I would just say it's better to live overseas, because everyone is different. And then the last one from Mr. Brown says, will the VA send an iPad overseas? That, no, okay? They're not, okay? It's like medication, right? They're not gonna mail medication overseas. Ain't gonna happen. They're not gonna mail an iPad overseas. Now, what they may do, if you have a mail service in the States that will send your stuff overseas to you, possibly, if you're still using telehealth. Like if you're still registered with telehealth and you're gonna use telehealth while you're out of the country, then I can see them mailing something to an address in the States and then the service in the States sending it to you. But as far as directly from the VA overseas, ain't gonna happen. So in a situation like that, like I said, you can try to get them to mail it to a mail service or go back to the States, stay there a couple weeks or whatever, if you're going back for a couple weeks, and see if you can get one that way. But no, they're not gonna mail one overseas. All right, guys, so that's it for the questions. I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I am out. Peace.